In this video, I'll show you how to use the Trend Strength Index in TradingView, including some trading tips. Come up to your Indicators tab. Right here, we're going to click TSI, and it's this one, Trend Strength Index. On the right-hand side, you can get a broader description of exactly what this indicator is, but it's called Trend Strength Index, right? So we're looking at the strength or momentum of a certain trend in the price. So there'll be uptrends and downtrends. How strong is that? Where is the momentum? And is the momentum of the price movement changing? And that can give us some good entry and exit points for our trades. So as you can see here, the momentum a symbol has relative to its volatility. So if the price is moving up, how strong is that trend? Is the price consolidating? And so is the trend weakening out? And we can definitely use those as entry and exit points for our trades. Once you've clicked the indicator on your chart, it will appear at the bottom. You can get rid of it by clicking the remove button on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, it's the same thing. You can put it at the top of your chart if you want, or down at the bottom. And then on the left-hand side, we can click the settings and firstly go to style. So you can change the colors as you wish, but the important thing here are the bands. So the middle band or the mid band is 0, bullish is 1, and bearish is -1. I would keep these as they are. This is the same as most oscillators, which is going to be showing bearish or bullish momentum. And so what this means is on the right-hand side, this is obviously the mid band, right? So there's not bullish or bearish momentum. Usually we oscillate around that. When prices are rising, you move up to the top. That's bullish momentum, so rising prices. And as prices fall or go sideways, that momentum will come down to the middle, or even bearish momentum. You're probably looking at some price falls. So the price is coming down. It's a bit like the RSI or other momentum oscillators, right? Bearish at the bottom, bullish at the top. Now, the other thing that we want to figure out is the length of the indicator. So it defaults to 14. That means 14 periods. So I'm on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, and that means that the indicator is calculating 14 weeks of price action. So a little bit like a moving average, or the RSI does the same thing. You don't just look at one price, you look at an average of the price over certain periods. You get that average, and then what the price is now, wherever it is now in relation to that, that's going to be the bearish or bullish depending on the price, right? If the price is higher than that, then the oscillator will be moving up to the top end. If the price is coming down, it'll probably be bearish momentum, and so the momentum will be falling down, and you'll see it come towards the low end like this. So 14 is fine if you want to keep it that. If you want a slightly longer term, you might want to go to 20, 30, 50, something like that. So let's go to 20 periods. Press OK, you should see that we've just slightly moved here, right? So we've smoothed out the indicator over a longer time period. What you can also do is keep this different to the chart that you're trading. So let's keep this on 14 periods, but instead of time frame chart, I'm going to change this. So time frame chart means that the periods that we calculate are going to default to the time horizon of the chart. So if I'm looking at 14 and my time frame is chart, right now, it's 14 weeks because I'm on the weekly chart. Now, if I change the chart to day, like this, then this momentum indicator is actually calculating 14 days worth of price action. That's fine, but what if you want to look at a longer time frame with the momentum when you're actually getting entries in your trades over the shorter term? So what I'm going to do is go to settings. I'm going to choose 14. But the time frame, I'm going to hard code it into the weekly time frame, press OK. You see we've moved again. That smooths out some of the daily volatility, which is great because daily volatility is way too much and it's not giving us any signal, whereas this is just smoothing out the data and giving me much more signal. Now I'm still on the daily chart, which means now this is much clearer in terms of where you get weak periods. You can see that right here. So you definitely get a weak period here. We're in a weak period here. Right, and so that's giving us much better, more strong information. Yeah, the price was high here, and so was the momentum. Price was high here, and so was momentum. So we can definitely figure out on the on the TSI a broader, longer time frame is going to give us much stronger information in terms of where the price may be very strong or fairly weak in relation to its trend. And then you can choose this if you're day trading, you want to get much more specific entries, and you can do that here without changing. In terms of using Trend Strength Index for trading, it's a lot like other momentum indicators. So traders will try and figure out where the momentum is changing and take a trade in the same way as that momentum. So looking at the TSI moving from low to high or high to low. Low to high, you've obviously got a period of weak momentum where the price has maybe gone sideways or down, like this here. And then what you're looking is for that momentum to change. And so if you're taking positions very low, then you obviously take more risk that the momentum picks up a little bit and then carries on to be bearish. If you wait longer, then there's some risk of being a bit late into the trend and maybe not getting a great price for your trade. So you can either maybe search for the momentum crossing through the midline, maybe a little bit below that. That's up to you. So you want that change in momentum, right? So as the momentum changes to bullish momentum, take a trade there and piggyback off a move. Now that's not perfect, of course. For example, here we had, a slightly bit of bearish momentum and then we moved up again. And that was actually a huge price movement. And if you're waiting for momentum to cross, you're going to miss out on that trade. Another thing that it can't do is figure out what type of market that you're in. So you actually have a bear market here or a huge downtrend, as you can see. And the momentum picks up a lot because the price moves sideways, which is obviously better than down. It's more bullish than downwards prices. So the momentum picks up. Now, if you take a long trade here in a bear market, you can see we don't move up to the top end of the range and we get hit again and move lower. So that's what it can't show us. So you have to figure out what your bias is first. Do you think we're in an uptrend or a downtrend? If you're in an uptrend and you see weak prices, that's typically a good time to buy, and you want to wait for momentum to shift and actually piggyback off a larger move. So it can show us a momentum, but of course it can't exactly show us what type of market that we're in or where the price will go. You have to use other indicators for that. And some more macro analysis. I'll leave my crypto course down below if you want to get into the Discord server. We put a lot of macro analysis in there. You can see all my trades as well. TradingView, I'll leave that link if you want a bonus there as well. And the exchanges that I use, you can get some great deposit and trading bonuses via the links in the description. I'm James, this is Money G. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.